Our next speaker is Philly J. Lay. Come on over here, Philly. She's the host of a wellness podcast called Wellness Way Podcast. She is a self-healer from a near-death medical procedure and a campaigner to rebuild our health and the planet because, as we know, it's all interconnected. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my lovely. Hello, lovely people. How are we all today? Okay, big cheer, make some noise. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to every single one of you that has rocked up today for your health and that of the planet. Now, I have to say I'm disappointed that there aren't enough people here. I mean, you could never have enough people. But, you know, the numbers are low, and yet everybody must be looking up in the sky and wondering what's happening. And we've got a lot of cameras here today, so I'm just going to say to all of you people at home, because this is going out on YouTube, where the fuck are you? This is time to stand up while we still have a chance to fight for our health and that of the planet. So get your ass down to these events. Stand up. Do what you have to do to get this information out. So anyway, as Matt said, I am Philly J. Lay. I'm the host of the Wellness Way podcast. And what I try to do is give people information. We know that we are being poisoned from every direction, from our soil, from our water, from our skies. And this has been going on for generation after generation after generation. And it's time to say enough. There are solutions. We are incredibly powerful. We know a fraction of what we can do to heal ourselves. And in that fraction that we know how to heal ourselves, we know a minuscule fraction of how we heal this planet. But everything is connected. Unless we do both, we're kind of fucked. And I'm not going to let that happen, not on my watch. So, as I said, I give people solutions. And I wanted to come up and speak because I was contacted a couple of weeks ago by an Instagram friend, the wonderful Dr. Catherine Clinton, who's a quantum biologist and teaches everybody the power that we have with our soil, with our bodies, you know, all the connections. And she said, Philly, I'm coming to London. Can we spend a day together? And I said, hell yes, Catherine. Can we go one better than that and do a health hub? So I'm a woman on a bit of a mission. And I'm building the new NHS, Natural Health System. And so I said to Camilla, yes, get down to CNM, a College of Naturopathic Medicine. On the 8th of September, I will book the whole college out for the day. And let's talk about our superpowers. And then, a week later, I had another DM on Insta from one of my first guests on the podcast, a brilliant woman called Camilla Scher. And Camilla is an agro-homeopath. So I don't know, do all of you use homeopathy on yourselves? Put your hand up if you use homeopathy. We've got lots of people here that know about the energy vibration of homeopathy. Well, Camilla uses it for plants. And she has extraordinary results with it. I mean, quite extraordinary. So many years ago, she moved to Africa. And in her townlands, there were lots of schools and the children weren't very healthy. So she was mixing a remedy, which is kind of like a homeopathic version of a vitamin tablet. And she was dropping it into all the schools for free. And the children were getting healthier and healthier and healthier. And then one day, a dad at the school said, could you do this for plants? Because I've been trying to turn organic on my coffee farm for 3 years and I can't. And I haven't really had any crops and I think I might lose the farm. Can you help me? She said, let's give it a go. So she mixed a remedy. A few months later, he saw Camilla and said, well, I don't know what was in that remedy, but I have the largest crop I have ever seen on coffee trees. The only problem is the branches can't bear the weight and I'm still going to lose all my plants. And she went, don't worry, I'll mix you another remedy. So she mixed a remedy And virtually overnight, half the coffee beans fell off the trees and bushes, and he had this abundant crop that kept his trees and the best crop he had ever had. And she thought, okay, there's something in this. And then her mum contacted her. They had a really old 200-year tree that her mum loved, and it was covered by that moth that kind of puts a web around the trees and then eats the trees and they die. And her mum said, I don't think there's anything you can do to help me here, darling. And she said, let me give it a go. Mixed a remedy, and literally within a few weeks, the tree had come back to life. So Camilla has dedicated the last few years of her life to agri-homeopathy. And when she messaged me, she said, you know, the podcast is doing so well. Can you please help me get agri-homeopathy out to the world? I said, hell yeah. I said, but will you do me a favor? Will you get on a plane to London and will you come and join us at the Health Hub at C&M on Tuesday, the 8th of September? And she said, yes, I will. We have brought some extraordinary other guests on board for this event. And it's one that's very, very personal to me. My dad started Pick Your Own Strawberries in the UK after World War II. He was a bomber pilot. He knew, he didn't want to come back to the UK because he knew the terrible things that they were doing with aeroplanes. And my granny, his mum, thought that he would never come home. So she walked 10 miles to a little village where my mum used to play the piano in a pub and said, I think my boy is sweet on you. Will you write to him, persuade him to come home? So my mum did. My father came back vaccine damaged. They called it Parkinson's disease. But according to his letters, when he tried to call off my parents' wedding, it was after a plague inoculation. He knew what was going on. He grew these strawberries. He didn't have any money to hire people to pick them. So him and Mum used to cry as they were rotting on the plants. And one day Mum just wrote a sign saying, pick your own strawberries, and put it up on the road. And that was the beginning of a movement that took over the UK in the 50s and the 60s. Now, there was a disease called red core that was wiping out British strawberry growers at this time. And my dad came up with a remedy, which was Epsom salts and seaweed, that stopped it. In his naivety, he took this remedy to ICI, who said, oh, we don't have any money to give you up front, but we'll give you a mighty big royalty. And my father, in his naivety, signed that contract, and it was buried. And ICI watched as virtually every strawberry grower in the UK went bankrupt. Well, this is payback time, ICI. I'm here to take down the petrochemical companies. I want agri-homeopathy on everybody's lips as we take this world to the new stage. For that reason, I've taken another remortgage on my house, and I am going to film and live stream this talk globally and to every farmer and every grower free of charge around the world. I need as many of you as I can possibly get at the Health Hub. You'll find it on my webpage, phillyjlay.com. We go live, I think, on Tuesday. And we've got a 10% early bird discount. Please come and support the work I'm doing. I'm kind of out of remortgages here, guys. I need your help because we will do this. This is very, very personal for me. There's also something else very exciting that I can't tell you about yet, but I will, because we are going to do a health hub later on in the year on chemtrails and the things that we can do to save the planet. But there is an app coming that can break them up. But that's all I can say about that at the moment. But it's very exciting. We are finding solutions. We are the power. We are the people. Take back control while we still can. Because as I say at the end of every podcast, the doctor of your future is you. Thank you.